Jose Urquidy gets out of the bases loaded jam for the second consecutive inning. One swing in this game, the difference. Luis Urias, a 3-run shot against Sasaki. That was back in the 4th inning. And this is a guy in Urias that went into the 7th inning of the quarterfinal against Puerto Rico on Friday night with only 2 hits in the tournament, without an RBI. He's gone 3 for his last 3. He's knocked in 4 and has those 2 go-ahead hits. The game winner on Friday. And what is the difference in this one here?
Very unique style of hitting. I mean, the timing has to be really good for him. He has that lean back, you know, just kind of, and then waiting to uncoil, lean back, and then get ready to hit all in one motion.
Grounds this one to short for Genda. Urias, the first out of the 7th. Now for Team Japan, it started with Roki Sasaki. They've gone to Yamamoto. And he has held Mexico at bay, keeping his team in the game. For more on Yamamoto, here's Kenny.
Well, Joe, we've talked a lot tonight about how those major league officials, scouts, executives were here to see Sasaki. But really, the more urgent, pressing matter is the guy on the mound, Yamamoto. He could come, as you mentioned earlier, at the end of this season. He would be a free agent. And there are a lot of teams that are going to show interest in him because of all that he's accomplished, which you guys also mentioned, and what he's doing here tonight.
How about his numbers last year? 15-5, a 1.68 ERA. Struck out more than 200. 3rd straight year that he led the league in strikeouts. And he just whips it at you. Ahead of Trejo, 0-2. There's that pause in the pitch. A little bit away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As part of the gold medal team, 2021 with Japan. 6 scoreless innings against the Dominican team in that Olympic run.
Not quite the velocity that his teammate had to start the game, but equally as good as stuff. And the ability to pitch and command and miss barrels and swings and misses, as you saw all the strikeouts.
Kicks and fires 2-2. Trejo down the left field line, hooking, foul. Now Trejo desperate for something to go his way in what has been a difficult tournament. That went just a little bit foul, and it's 2-2. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Home with a 2-2 pitch. Trejo taps it along 3rd. Here comes Murakami. He'll watch it roll foul. Yeah, he had to hope that that thing did, because had it stayed fair, no shot to get Trejo. And Randy's giving somebody else a souvenir. Always smiling, always having a good time. It really is an oxymoron, the combination of, you know, these incredible plays and the fun that he has, but then how calm he looks the whole time. Another 2-2. Kenny sure seems to be having fun down there by you.
He is having a ton of fun. He's standing on the top step of the dugout. He just went down, gesturing to fans, waving to fans, giving them thumbs up, and the fans in return are standing up and chanting MVP.
It's amazing. Count is full on Trejo. 8th pitch coming from Yamamoto. In the dirt, and Trejo earns the walk. Yamamoto's walked a couple, but not given up a hit in his 3 innings of work. Now we got a couple more. They're going to run out of balls. Keeps giving them away. Saw him sign like a dozen when he was playing left field. Now he's just lofting souvenir after souvenir over the net. One away, Alec Thomas. Smothered in the dirt by Kai.
Thomas, gritty player. I know he's only hitting .211, but man, he puts a good at bat up. Fast, good defender in center field.
Debuted for the Diamondbacks last year. Broke in a few days after he turned 22 years old. On this 1-0 pitch, Thomas takes inside, ball 2. Alex's mom is from Sonora. It's got a lot of relatives on her side who still live in Mexico. Was really persistent trying to get on this team. Rodrigo Lopez, the GM, also a broadcaster for the Diamondbacks, team that Thomas plays for, so he'd see him all the time and bug him about it. (3-0) on Alec Thomas. Kept on asking him, when is it official? When can I share this with my family? And a galvanizing thing for the Thomas family on his mom's side. There's a strike. Thomas, coming up through the minors, dominated really at every step. He was a .313 hitter in the minor leagues and got off to a good start in the majors last year, but struggled as the year went on. Went 1 for his last 31 and finished the year in AAA. Trejo's at first, 1 gone. A 3-1 pitch. Alec Thomas, runner goes, and it's tapped foul.
Just got a piece of it.
Uragawa warming in the Japan bullpen. Only 2 pitchers to this point. So it's full on Thomas. Trejo not running this time, and Thomas fouls it again. Another payoff pitch. Trejo runs, and a foul ball again. Might have gotten a piece of the home plate umpire Quinn Wolcott that time.
Two different places.
Always finds its way under the pads. Eighth pitch to the 8-hitter. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Perfectly done. but safe. Boy, the throw from Kai was right there. It looked like Genda had the tag on him as well, but somehow Trejo avoids it. And they're going to challenge this.
Well, the ball is there in plenty of time, but he does the swim move. And he misses him the first time, but he keeps the tag on when he got off. There he misses him. Now, that touching of him right there, I don't know. I think this is going to be, I think he's going to be safe. The call on the field. Ball's there. Tremendous slide.
Does he come off there? I think he might have come off. And for a moment there, again, his forearm is on him, and that wouldn't be good for a tag, but I think that he gets the glove back on him. And they're showing the replay right now, the amazing swim move of Trejo, but it's what comes after that. I don't know. You may be right that there's just not enough there on video to change the call. That's the crew chief, Lance Barksdale. Regular season replay system in place. He's talking with New York for this challenge from Hideki Kuriyama. He's obviously facing pressure as the manager of Samurai Japan. All the expectations, although you wouldn't know it. He's calm and relaxed, thoughtful, friendly as can be. The one-time school teacher, one-time journalist. He was a pro player himself. And then a decade as the manager of the fighters. Yamamoto staying loose. This is either going to be inning over or runner at second, 2 gone. And Austin Barnes at the plate. And this is as long of a challenge as you're ever going to see. Do you lean one way or the other as it starts to go extra long?
If it goes extra long, I mean, they're trying every view they can and angle to see the fraction of whatever it would be. It has to be overwhelming to overturn it.
So the call is overturned and a successful challenge from it. All the scoring in this game, 3-0 Mexico. Bottom of the 7th with a spot in the championship up for grabs. 9-1-2 for Team Japan here. Takuya Kai, first at bat of the day for him. There's a pinch hitter for the catcher Nakamura earlier, and then Kai came in defensively. Take a look at the game summary. Patrick Sandoval, 4 1/3. He handed it off to Jose Urquidy, who's still going here in the 7th. Kai shows bunt and pops it foul, 1-2.
Well, you got 2 scenarios playing through Benji Gill's mind. A, he wants to win this game to get to the championship tomorrow. But having playing 2 games in a row, if he can get Urquidy to possibly finish this game, he has all his resources available for tomorrow. That's the challenge. He explained it to us like this.
Swing and a miss, 1 gone.
It's like being in a Game 7 series down in Game 6, having to win Game 6 and Game 7. How many resources do you spend? You got to get to Game 7, but then, so right now the scenario couldn't be playing out any better for Benji Gill. You're taking on a so talented Japanese team, and right now he's only used 2 pitchers.
Yeah, and if they move on, they're going to be facing a Team USA team that was able to set its pitching up like a dream, all things considered, last night. With a 14-2 win against Cuba, there's a swing and a miss from Lars Nootbaar to go back to the top of the Japan order.
And as I said earlier, Taijuan Walker would be set to start for Team Mexico if they were able to win against the USA.
Nootbaar drives the ball to left center field. Arozarena cuts it off. 2 gone.
Right now, Rosarena's acting like that DB a quarterback never wants to throw to that side of the field because he's taking it away. And he's having a good time being in the right spot and making big plays. Even though he may not have a hit at the plate, he's been a hit at left field.
Shut down coverage. And he plays the game with so much joy. 2 out, 7th inning, 3-0 Mexico. That's strike 1 on Kondo, who's 1 for 3 today. Japan has as many hits as Mexico does. Both teams have 5. The Urias home run the difference. Kondo, who's spent 11 seasons in pro ball in Japan. Trying to get Ohtani to the plate here in the 7th. On a 1-1 pitch, he fouls it off, and it's 1-2. And Jose Urquidy, who's gotten out of bases loaded jams in back-to-back innings, looking for what would be a much needed 1-2-3. And then you get Ohtani to lead off the next inning, as opposed to any traffic ahead of him. 1-2 pitch. Urquidy kicks and deals. Line drive, base hit right center. And Ohtani will bat with a man aboard here in the 7th inning. Second hit of the game for Kondo.
Breaking ball, he stays on it. And that's going to be it for Urquidy. What a job he did for Team Mexico coming in. Keeping the zeros.
So a left-hander coming in for Team Mexico. That'll be Joe Romero to face Shohei Ohtani. Meneses down the line, foul. And cracked his bat. Well, you think about what this could mean for baseball in Mexico, but I think they've done enough where it means a ton to baseball in Mexico. No matter if they win this game, no matter if they move on and win or lose tomorrow, what they've done in this tournament speaks volumes in an already baseball-loving country. Got to figure is only growing in its love.
No doubt. This has been a total team effort and a total team buy-in to a lot of different things that could have been easy to complain about this happening or that happening, but they didn't. Here
comes a 1-1 pitch to Joey Meneses after a toss back to second. But one of the very first messages that Benji Gill gave the team was, your at-bats don't belong to you in this tournament. Your at-bats belong to the team. Your at-bats belong to Mexico. This is different than you get into the regular season. You're trying to make your money. You get 600 at-bats in a season. No, you get 2 weeks of at-bats here, tops. and they belong to Mexico, and full buy-in to that idea. Ground ball left side and through. Duran had to hold on, so he only goes to third. Meneses has his first hit of the game, and they're at the corners with one out.
Well, tough read because you got to make the ball go through if you're at second base, and the shortstop wasn't able to make the play, and first and third now. Going to get a pitch and change.
Yep, so Yamamoto is finished. Alex Verdugo with a go-ahead double. Back-to-back doubles with Arozarena and Verdugo, and it's 4-3 Mexico. Back in a moment. Nailed that one on that read. 4-3 Mexico. Atsuki Yuasa, who put up extraordinary numbers in his rookie season last year. Out of the bullpen, he had a 1.09 ERA over 59 games, and he's put up zeros in both his games in this WBC. Mexico's retaken the lead. Doubles from Arozarena and Verdugo. Runners now at first and third for Rowdy Tellez.
Rowdy Tellez would love to hit the ball in the air somewhere, keep it off the ground, because he will be a double play candidate. So the pitcher's trying to induce it on the ground, and Rowdy's looking to get anything up that he can get in the air to an outfielder to add on a run.
1 for 3 today. Had a single ahead of the Arias home run in the fourth. Down the line, foul. Tellez, who hit 35 home runs last year, and really what was his first chance as an everyday player in Milwaukee. He's turned 28 years old, getting ready for his 6th year in the majors. Playing for Team Mexico for the first time, representing his dad's side of the family, who immigrated from Mexico. I was looking at this especially as a chance to honor his grandpa, who was a good player in Mexico and then came to the United States and kept on playing baseball with a team that he helped put together. First and third, one gone. Here's an 0-1. Strike two.
This low fastball held its plane. Rowdy was convinced it was down, but it did catch the strike zone right down the middle.
It's a hitter with March eyes. '23-year-old Atsuki Yuasa. Fires 0-2. Runner goes from first. And in there standing goes Meneses. Infield comes in all the way.
Yeah, huge jump, and they weren't even going to think about throwing it down. And that infield comes in on a guy who could hit a ball pretty firm on the ground. It's going to be light on your feet through the infielders right now.
Got him swinging. Huge strikeout for Yuasa, and 2 gone in the 8th. And he makes that bat pay.
Split finger. He knew how important it was to make contact. It's always nice to break it first before you break it over the knee. You know, cause a crack and then finish it off.
It's like when somebody asks you to twist the top off. Yeah, I help budge it loose, make it easy for you. So 2 away, it's up to Paredes. 2 more hits today. A hit in all 6 games in this WBC. Strike 1. Benji Gill letting Quinn Wolcott hear it. 0-1 pitch. Down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 24-year-old Paredes has had some big moments in his young career. A year ago, against the Yankees, hit 3 home runs in 1 game. 20 total for the Tampa Bay Rays after starting his career in Detroit. He's got Duran at third. Meneses at second. The 1-1 pitch. Floats high.
This fastball stays on that plane down in the zone, and the hitters have been complaining because they think it's low. And when they watch it, they're going to realize it actually was in the lower part of the strike zone. It just has great late life, and the ball you think is going to sink, but it stays on plane. Does a nice job getting the ball down there.
Ground ball left side and through. Duran's in to score. Here comes Meneses. Yoshida's throw right there. Tag applied. Inning over. But a 2-out RBI single for Isaac Paredes. And Team Mexico, after Japan ties it, takes the lead right back. And so in the blink of an eye, Team Japan, John's going to have the tying run at the plate.
Well, they are great for a reason, so they're not phased by much, and they were able to respond. Now can they respond again?
Now Cruz, who is a Phillies minor leaguer, has had some time in the majors with the Cardinals and the Braves. Puts himself into a tough spot immediately. And Tatsuto Yamada comes to the plate. Pinch runner into the game for Japan. That is Takumu Nakano. So Yamada, who's reached his last 2 times, a single and a walk, watches one bounce, and Cruz nowhere close with his first 2 pitches. Jarren Duran, after replacing Alex Verdugo, stays in the game and plays right field. Cruz, who's pitched in 2 games in this WBC, has had good command, not giving up a run in the 2 innings. They're trying to find it 2 pitches into this 8th. 6 outs away from an unlikely trip to the championship game. Swing and a miss by Yamada. Japan hoping to avoid their fate in the last 2 WBCs, where they lost in the semifinals. Chopper left side that gets by a diving Paredes. 2 on, nobody out for Japan in the 8th. 3rd time Yamada's been on tonight.
Well, we had a feeling since following this Mexico team what they're made of, but Team Japan not losing the game, you knew they weren't going to beat themselves. It wasn't going to be because of fundamentals or lack of playing the game a certain way, and they just, I wouldn't even be surprised if a bunt is laid down right here, and Team Mexico's going over their bunt plays right now with the infielders just to be heads up to get the tying runs in scoring position.
Well, the other thing, John, that this little start to this inning has done is guaranteed that Ohtani's going to get to the plate again in this game.
Now here with a broken finger is awfully an interesting.
Oof. Good
news is the broken finger's on his bottom hand. If it was on his top hand, that's where it would get dicey.
A lot of times this is how the broken fingers happen.
Watch how fundamentally sound they are in this. When you know, and the whole world knows you're going to bunt, and you're able to get a bunt down, that means you have practiced the angle of the bat and getting the ball. You have to bunt it to third base because the first baseman is charging like crazy. And so if he bunts it to the third baseman, there's nothing they can do to stop the runners from going to second and third unless he just absolutely hits a bullet bunt, because he's charging in as well.
Benji Gill's out there to discuss how he wants to defend this.
And here's the thing from the pitcher's side that you got to be careful. You know the guy's bunting. You can't throw balls out of the zone and get yourself worked into a hitter's count. So take the out. Throw, if he squares around, you throw a strike. And sometimes the pitch that's hardest to bunt, by the way, is a changeup because you jab at it. The easiest pitch to bunt is a breaking ball because of the spin and how you can position the ball that puts it in play. A slider, the bunt is in play.
2-0. All kinds of motion of that Mexico defense.
And that's called